Hi everybody. Now let's talk about condo and homeowner association issues. If the house you're buying is not a condo or is not located in a homeowners association, you can skip this video. Homeowners associations are often called HOAs. If the home you're buying is a condo or is located in an HOA, there will be association of fees and association regulations you have to follow. Condo fees are usually a lot higher than homeowners association fees because condo associations usually cover the roof, the exterior maintenance of the building, the landscaping, and a lot of other stuff single-family homeowners association fees don't usually cover. The advantage with condos, of course, is that you shouldn't have to worry about the cost of maintaining the roof, the building's exterior, or common areas. It's built into the condo fee. Condo fees are usually paid monthly, but HOA fees can be paid monthly, quarterly, or annually. It all depends on the individual HOA and their fees. When you're renting the place, these fees are usually paid by your landlord, but once you buy the house, you'll have to pay them yourself. When you first start researching whether you can afford to buy the place, be sure and budget for any condo or HOA fees you'll have to pay, especially condo fees because they tend to be expensive. In addition to the monthly fee, most condos and HOAs have a transfer fee that has to get paid when a house is sold. The HOA transfer fee might only be a few $100s, but they can be a lot higher, and some associations have more than one transfer fee. They can end up to be expensive. It just depends so much on the HOA or condo association. HOA and condo transfer fees are another fee you have to negotiate with your landlord on who's going to pay it when you buy the place. Like with transfer taxes, different areas have different customs when it comes to who pays these one-time HOA fees. It may be customary in your area for the seller to pay it, or for the buyer to pay it, or for the buyer and seller to split it 50-50. Often there's no custom at all, which means that who pays the fee is negotiated from scratch every time between the buyer and the seller. These one-time condo fees can be a real shock to you if you weren't expecting to pay them at closing. Your real estate attorney or real estate agent should make sure that you're aware of how much you'll be paying and that the fees are split fairly, whatever people in your area consider to be fair. Now, in addition to transfer fees, many HOA and condo fees require that new homeowners pay the equivalent of X number of months of the monthly association fee in advance when they buy a home in the association. It's likely to be the equivalent of 2 to 12 months of an association fee that you have to pay in advance at closing. For some condos, and especially co-ops, that's a ton of money. The exact amount will be detailed in the official closing disclosure that you get 3 days before closing, but 3 days before closing is very late in the game. This fee might not have shown up in the loan estimate that you got earlier because at that time your association hadn't yet told the loan officer or closing agent what the cost would be. So these association fees can come as big, unexpected, unhappy surprises for you right before closing. They mean that the cost of buying the place is higher than you thought and your savings account will be drained even more. Particularly if you're buying a condo or a co-op and the monthly fee is expensive, before you approach your landlord with the idea of buying the place, you might want to talk to the condo association people to find out how much someone will have to pay in transfer fees and prepaids to the association, to the condo association or co-op association. Every state and every contract is different, but typically home purchase contracts are written so they are contingent on the buyer, you, reviewing and approving the condo association and HOA regs. In addition to any HOA fees, occasionally HOA rules will have a deal killer in them because they don't allow something important for the buyer. For example, maybe the condo association doesn't allow pets or something. In your case, you already live there, so you probably already know all this stuff. Hopefully you won't find any surprises when you get the official copy of the HOA rules and regs. And oh yeah, be sure and read them anyway, even though you live there. Nevertheless, you probably want to chat with your neighbors and get the scoop about what's going on in the condo or HOA association. Is the HOA difficult to deal with? Is the HOA having money problems? Is the board talking about increasing the monthly fee or adding a special assessment fee? Even better, check out the minutes of recent association board meetings, if you can, so you can see if they've been discussing increasing the fees or if they're being sued or whatever. Don't wait to get the official association documents before you start checking out the association. By the way, condo associations and HOAs are notorious for being slow in getting you your official copies of the association documents for you to review. More precisely, some associations are notoriously slow in sending things like their articles of incorporation, bylaws, also called CC&Rs, budgets, board meeting minutes, and financial statements to your closing agent. Now, associations can be good things for sure. They can help keep your property values up. They can help keep crazy neighbors in check, but they can also be expensive. You have an advantage here because you already live in the association and know their reputation, well, at least to some degree, you know their reputation. Now, I hope you have an idea of some of the issues to be aware of when buying a home that is in a condo association or HOA. Monthly fees, transfer fees, having to prepay monthly fees at closing, restrictions on how you can use the property, for example, pets restrictions. Great. Now let's talk about home warranties in the next video.